Welcome. From this lesson, we will start with the coding of COBOL programs. Before we start the actual coding, let's understand what is the structure and coding rules of the COBOL programs. The structure of COBOL program are hierarchical. It is similar to documentation in English language where the content is divided into different chapters. Chapters will contain sections and sections will contain paragraph and then paragraph will contain sentences. The image on the screen shows structure of COBOL program. A program is divided into distinct parts called division. Division can contain 0 or more section. Section may contain 0 or more paragraph. Paragraph may contain 0 or more sentence. Sentence may contain 0 or more statement and statement may contain one or more character. If there are no sentence, a paragraph can contain 0 or more statement and then statement may contain one or more character. You will get more familiar with these hierarchical elements as we start with the coding. As of now, let's move to the coding rules of COBOL program. Some of the coding rules of COBOL programs came because of the old method to load the program into computer. When COBOL was designed, programs were written on coding forms. Those coding forms passed to punch card operator so that they can transfer into punch cards. Once the program is transferred to punch cards, those punch cards is loaded into computer using punch card reader. This is an example of COBOL coding sheet form. If you observe the sheet, it is divided into several columns. Each column can contain only one character. If you observe, some of the columns are reserved for sequence number, area A and area B. The first 6 character positions or first 6 columns are reserved for sequence numbers. Sequence numbers used to be a vital insurance against the disaster of dropping your stack of punch cards. The 7th character position is reserved for the continuation character or for an asterisk that denotes a comment line. The actual program text start in column 8. The 4 columns from 8 to 11 are known as area A, whereas the columns from 12 to 72 are called area B. The area from column 73 to 80 is the identification area. This area was previously used to identify the program. However, nowadays it is used to tag the changes. If you are making a changes in an existing program, then you would be using this identification area to tag your changes with a date or maybe with some keywords. You have to follow these coding rules if you are writing your program in mainframe ZOS or other modern IDEs. But there are some online compiler which don't follow these coding rules. I hope you have learned something from this lesson. See you in the next lesson.